Welcome everyone to yet another Bitcoin update. My name is Ben from Mind Capital, and we are going to look what changed in Bitcoin in the last days. So, as you might have noticed in our last Sunday update, we were already trading in and outside of this wedge, this leading diagonal, and the market experienced a slight sell-off in the last days, and fortunately the Fed meeting didn't bring as much volatility into the markets as expected. But nevertheless, this structure has been extended in the last days, and I want to talk about this one in particular. And we will start with the 12-hour chart first. As you can see, this structure here is exactly the same, but a few things changed. I now count this wave 3 as finished. The interesting thing about this movement was that obviously it was a very short wave 3, and we topped out right here, and the newest change in our account is this massive horizontal triangle that established over the past 4 or 5 weeks. I will measure it right now. 48 days. So a lot of time has passed since this wave 3, and as you can see too right here, we extended this red line of this leading diagonal because it's not unusual that the bottom line of such a leading diagonal can extend to the downside a little bit. It doesn't change anything about our structure. But the important thing for investors now to know is that we established this huge triangle over the past weeks in a wave A, B, C, D, E. For those who don't know about Elliot waves in particular, in most times a wave 4 is established in such different waves, in 5 different waves, which subdivide in 3 different ABC movements. There's a really good website which explains triangles in particular, and as you might see, we established this exact pattern here: bullish market horizontal triangle, wave 3, ABC, and so on. And now the important thing is that we are very near this bottom line of wave E, and this means that a decision is very near of what will happen in the future. And I have to say, our expectation of another wave 5 is still valid. We still estimate that Bitcoin will experience another massive leg up, which will bring us in the region of 36,000 and hopefully even 40,000 before we establish this macro wave 1. The only thing right here which could invalidate this scenario is if we break below this white line and extend on the downside further. This is marked as the alternative 2. This would mean that wave 1 was already established right here, and this is the whole macro wave 1, 2. But personally, I don't think that this is going to happen, because these movements just perfectly fit into a place, and it's very interesting to see how this will play out. So for those who want a more detailed count on this, I got some messages from a few subscribers of ours which said that they wanted to have a more detailed insight about this movement and not just the wave movements in the 12-hour chart. We at Mind Capital obviously cover more detailed charts, and I want to show one of them today. This is the exactly the same Bitcoin chart. It's the Bitcoin index, and as you can see, wave 1, 2, 3 it's exactly like the same, but in a more detailed way. So I'm going to explain this one in particular, this triangle and this wave 3. This was the bottom of wave 2, obviously, and then we experienced this massive spike in Bitcoin, which topped out right here at $29,000, and wave 3 was finished back then. And to talk about this, like I said, such triangles always subdivide, such triangle movements always subdivide in 3 different waves, usually wave A, B, C. And I'm going to explain this in detail. This wave A was a wave A, B, C, and this wave B was an A, B movement, and the wave C was obviously a 5-wave impulse. A wave C is almost always a 5-wave impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here we had an A, B, and again in this huge C wave, a bearish impulse, wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, A, B, C. And now we are in the last wave E of this whole movement. And I want to show you this more clearly. I hope you can see it on your monitor. Wave E, this was the wave A and B movement. We estimate that we are now in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movement. And the only question which is now important for you guys is, did we already establish the bottom of wave E right here? This would mean that this was wave 5. It would be something like this, wave 3, 4, 5. And this would be wave E. It's possible, and according to the rules of Elliot waves, we don't have to touch this line right here. It's not a must. So it's absolutely possible. But as of now, I estimate that this is a wave 4, because we didn't really have a high impulsive breakout, and this movement, I hope you can see it right here, if we manage to breach above this last high at $28,251, then wave E is in. But until we don't breach above this wave is obviously still active. So CPI data is going to be released in a few minutes, and I am thrilled on how the inflation numbers come out. And just keep in mind, it's possible that we will establish another wave 5, but in the long term, obviously, I expect that we will see another huge wave up. So we can be very excited for the next weeks and months, and I hope I could help everyone with this video. See you guys, have a good one, goodbye.